Today's question comes from Josephine in Nebraska. What a great name. We're on baby step 2 with about $20,000 in debt left to pay off, which will take about 18 months. I had an opportunity to pick up a side hustle that's in my sweet spot that would allow us to shave off at least 9 months off baby step 2. When I told my husband about this, his first response, oh boy. I can't imagine saying this to our wives.
Can you read it? Can you even read it?
His first response was, then I'll have to do everything around the house. So in order to avoid an argument, I declined the job. Now the same opportunity has been offered to me again. I spoke to him about it and get the same response. How do I deal with this selfishness?
2 before.
I was going to say, I think my wife would stab me in the forehead.
With a fork.
I mean, come on.
Good God, what a child.
What an immature, I don't know, man.
What a child. Little boy.
Yeah,
You're going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable, dude, until you wake up and learn how to serve other people. Our greatest joy comes in serving others. It is a paradox.
Right.
It doesn't sound like it, but you're going to be most happy, young man, when you learn to serve. And by the way, this woman is not going to
You're going to be doing everything around your house in short order, my brother.
Yeah, because you're going to be the only one there, buddy.
The only one there.
She's, or you may not be living.
That's one of the two. You have a fork in your forehead.
You ever been duct taped to something when you're asleep? So. Oh my gosh,
Josephine,
yeah.
When you're dealing with someone this immature, this unwilling to hear your heart on a number of different things, man, because this is bigger than just paying off debt. This is about...
It's bigger than housework.
Yes, man. This is about you finding yourself.
Everything's about him. Oof. Okay, here's... Now that we've vented and are mad at the little wuss, let's talk, how do you actually fix this? I would say if you're not in a good church, and there are good churches and there are toxic messes, but find a good church where the people are healthy, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Find an older couple and get them involved in your life. And that guy in that older couple will take your husband out in the backyard and splain things to him.
Splain things.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, or get a good pastor involved, or even get to a marriage counselor. Now, Junior Birdman here is not going to marriage counseling because he's too cool for school.
That's right.
But you need to go and learn how to talk to him about how this is going to end up for him, because my experience with this stuff, John, and I don't have the PhDs and all this other stuff. I've just watched it too often, even in our friends group over the years. You go through the stages of everybody's getting married, then everybody's having kids, then everybody's getting divorced.
That's right.
And so, and I've done enough financial coaching over the 30 years that I see this. Ladies in particular, and I don't know, it's not sexist. I think it's they boil until they reach a point, and then when the switch flips,
it's off.
They're done.
Right.
You can't get them back. You can't reel it back in. Guys will kind of go out there and then come back and back in, right? But once her switch flips, Junior Birdman, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because you will have lost her. She will not be. You cannot retrace these steps.
Right.
Because she will put up with this, and I didn't want to order an argument. Now she's out saying it out loud. How do I deal with this selfishness? And then if this just continues and he doesn't get better, she's going to have enough, and there's nobody can talk her out of it. There's no amount of Bible teaching about divorce that's going to work. She's just going to be done.
Because somebody for the second time has told her, I value you, and I'd like you to come join us. Right?
Ooh.
And somebody in her childhood didn't tell her that. This guy surely didn't tell her that. And this is bigger than a job. This is somebody saying, hey, man, I see something valuable in you so much. Come join us. And that's what somebody says no to, right? That's what somebody says. I'm going to go towards where somebody values me, right? And so, Josephine, you got to get somebody else that you can talk to about this, and because there's bigger stuff here. But at the end of the day, you're going to have, Dave, you said it, I'll say it in a nerdier way, you're going to have your or what conversation, and you got to have somebody with some wisdom before you do that. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to react. And
I don't want it to build up. I want you to get some tools to let this, to by incrementally increase the heat under him, instead of you just increasing the heat inside of you, and you finally just blow up and the switch flips and you're done.
Right.
Because that's what this is. I see this a lot.
Yeah, and I don't I understand when the switch flips, right? When you're dealing with this type of immaturity, I get it. All you can work on is you.
I'm already done with him. So.
Right. We got one sentence, right? And we're already through with him.
We can't even get through the dadgum
Good for
email.
you, Josephine. But yeah, man. And can you imagine telling Sharon this? I'm just trying to think of saying Sheila.
You don't even want to think about how a hillbilly woman react to that. That would not be good. I'm just saying. She would give you a look that would say like chapters.
No, my skin would peel off like Indiana Jones 2. It would just all blow off.
It would melt.
It would melt off.
Your eyes would blow out of your head.
Yeah, like when they touch the Ark of the Covenant, man. Yeah, Josephine, I'm so sorry, man.
Yeah.
And whoever this guys, if your wife comes to you and says, "Hey, I've got an opportunity to help. I want to help too," let your first response be awesome. It's going to be some stuff we got to figure out, but let's figure it out.
We'll work on this together. It does mean I'm going to have to pick up all the housework, but let's talk about this.
Yeah.
That's one way to answer this is like, I like sitting on my butt in a recliner. Man, I tell you what.
Oh,
We do have a manhood crisis in America. Real men know how to serve.
And vacuum.
That's serving.
I know.
It's one of the things.
Especially when it's your dirt in the floor, moron. Golly, dude. I don't do the dishes. Yes, you do. They're yours.